Cropland Training assessment, we all know that. What you're going to do in the engineering section is we're going to survey all the flag shots that we already staged for you. So we all have the same notes on your survey note sheet. Go ahead and put, start off with date on the top, 8/1/18. The weather right underneath it. Use your best judgment to figure out what the weather is. Sunny, clear, and 78 with a slight breeze due northeast.
It's 82.
You don't have to be that meticulous about it, but then you got this symbol right here is looks like a chevron symbol. It basically means the note taker. So you're gonna put Margaret next to that symbol. Sorry, Fauna. So there's the put that symbol.
Okay.
Then the next symbol after that is gonna be the. It looks like an A with a little line on top.
Okay.
That's going to be the person that's running the equipment. In this case, we're running a laser level, so you're going to put Josh Archuleta next to that. And then finally, you got a circle with a dash going through it. And what's that for, Gene?
Rod.
That's for the rod person. The rod person and the instrument person in this case are the same. It's Josh Archuleta. On your survey notes, there will be no erasing. That's just a no-no. If you screw up, you cross through it and you put what you should have put. The type of equipment you need to put that next. It's a Leica Rugby 810. It's this right here. And I just basically got that off the side. So if you're not using a Leica and you're using something else, it says Leica Rugby 810. That's important for someone that's coming and checking your survey. They knew what kind of equipment you used, or it just denotes the history of the survey. The first shot we're going to take is a temporary benchmark. It's going to be TBM number 1. And as we go through the cycle of getting these shots, you guys can do a quick little sketch right in this area, denoting where north is. And if you guys don't know where north is,
if you look at your map on the back of the clipboard, it shows you the orientation of this field.
Someone took it. Oh, there it is.
A little bit tilted. Yes.
So if you have a compass with you, you can use the compass, and then basically when you draw your field, you're going to draw it relative to north. So there's north. So just draw a simple square, and then put where north is. You can pause. You can start. I think, okay. A little bit lower. So when it's a fast beat, we go down. When it's a slow beat, we go up. You're at 3-0. Go ahead and take it off. 3-0-1. So there's 3-0, 3-0-1, 3-0-2, 3-0-3, 3-0-4, 3-0-5, 3-0-6, 3-0-7, 3-0-8, 3-0-9, 3-1-0. We were reading right here, so 3-0-1 is the reading, Margaret.
Yes.
Now as a group, you guys need to decide what, you guys have to design this in such a way where you got to get water down the ditch, and you got to know what the amount of available head is. So you got to shoot your high water line. They're running the system with this closed, so the high water line, once water backs up into here, is going to be just the top of the culvert. So we're going to have you shoot the top of the culvert. So go ahead and shoot that next. That'll be your high water line. For this exercise, this is the high water line for this system. In reality, the ditch, the main ditch, is over there, and we would put the high water line over there. We don't have time to go across the fence, this, that, and the other. What do you got there, Josh?
I can't see.
3, there we go. 3, 3, 6. So 3, 3, 6. HWL. Okay. The other groups have stated this, so I'll just state it right now. We have this benchmark. Assuming this structure is going to stay in place, you could use the top of the head gate as a benchmark. The next thing I'm going to have you shoot is the outlet invert. which is going to be at the top of my boot, so you can put the rest of the rod on top of my boot. Basically, I'm capturing the outlet invert, high water line, and then also try to note what the sizes of culverts are.
It's supposed to be noting this on here.
Oh, okay.
I need to be putting those.
Go ahead and put
here.
description.
There.
Right, put description in that blank spot right there, and then put all your descriptors right there.
Invert 12-inch culvert.
Yeah, so you guys try to use your rod as you're out here to measure structures. This is a 1 foot diameter CMP.
I gotta go from the next one.
Yeah, actually you do. There you go. Okay, right there, so 507. Outlet invert. You guys are gonna have to draw this up in a, if you're doing the total design, you have to draw this up. When you're drawing this up, this structure, you need to know what the elevations of the structures are and the sizes. And it's a 1 foot diameter culvert. Everyone's saying this is a 2 foot, but just check it. Just get your rod and put it next to the culvert and see if it's 2 feet approximately. We're gonna have to kind of do it from the side. It's about 2 feet. So you can just check with your rod what size are out here. You want to pause it? We put 3 temporary benchmarks.
You want to grab that?
Oh,
Oops,
then we
missing
need
the
to
top.
raise the biggest next section.
Yeah, we just missed it. Hold this one down. Yeah, that's a common error is you end up pulling up the one you don't want and then you end up with a bad reading.
Yeah, I mean, definitely right.
So we put 3 temporary benchmarks in case someone decides to come out and be a funny guy and move them all. One of which is in a secret place that you guys know. Go ahead and turn it around, and the reading of that is 761. So it was right there. So 7. Sorry, I touched your hand. 761. Oop. All right. This is northwest corner. We're shooting 4 shots on the field so as to get the field slope and the crop slope. And then we will give you distances between the shots so you can figure out that. What do you got on
916?
916, that's right. So we had a discussion in our last group. We're taking 4 shots, 1 at each of the corner of the field. This is a 2-acre field. The question was asked, if we were truly if we were going to do a land leveling project, how far would you grid it? Would it be 100 by 100? That's what I said. I said, well, 100 by 100. Dave Grego said, well, I'd probably do 50 by 50. And if you do 50 by 50, there's a reason, because you'll be taking, it's a small field, so you'd have to grid it closer so that you take more shots. We estimated that if you gridded it 100 by 100, you'd end up with 15 shots on the field. 15 shots for this field is pretty minimal. If you did it on a 50 by 50 grid, it should be 30 shots. So you would do your land leveling based off 30 shots instead of 15. Because it's such a small field, that's why you would more than likely grid this one at 50 by 50. But more often than not, we just do it 100 by 100. You have any rules of thumb on your gridding methodology?
Your rule there.
Okay, good. And that's basically been passed down from me to me from a multiplicity of smarter people. Grego, Frank, you've told me it before. That's basically how we do it.
More shots is better.
You should be at about 7, 8.
The stupid thing didn't beat.
Oh, you're gonna have to go to the right a little bit because that tent's in the way. So that's one more okay, like substantially more. There you go. So when you're setting up your survey equipment, normally you don't have tents and stuff out here in the way, but you try to set up your HI of your survey equipment so as to capture all points. You guys know that, I'm just stating it.
782.
Okay. And we got one more shot. So this field, the background on it is about a little over 2 acres, and we're doing a cropland training to basically assess the needs. So we have 5 different stations out here, sorry 6, one of which is engineering. You got a cropland, a crop residue one. You have a soil tent, and then what are the other ones? There's some other ones. Anyways, they're all doing their deal, and from engineering, we're just trying to capture as much as we can to do a design. Ultimately, this lady's issue is limited water and not good labor. So she needs a system that will be able to handle 5 CFS in the best case scenario, 1 CFS in the worst case scenario. And so all these NRCS employees are going to put their heads together in their group with what they've inventoried to give her the best solution. Once again, Cropland Training Assessment 2018. Okay, go ahead. Is it on? Okay, so we're closing our survey out. We're reading 3-0. Right at the same benchmark we shot before. We're gonna then, on our survey book, put the error misclosure between that and the last shot. I think the last shot, the first shot was 301. It's 30, so it's an error misclosure error of 0.01, which is acceptable. As far as national audit of our agency, we needed to be better about closing our surveys, even if it's just a one setup deal. If you have one setup, you're less prone for error. If we were to have set this up 3 or 4 times and done turning points, we would have had 3 to 4 times of more error. But even on a one setup deal, we have to close out the survey and make sure that our misclosure error is acceptable. There's a National Engineering Handbook publication that says what the misclosure error should be for each type of survey. I will hand that out. I don't have it memorized. But that's probably one of the most important things when you're doing the survey is to close it out and make sure that you don't have a huge misclosure error. This is the existing head gate. They will check it, and then they will irrigate out of this 12-inch culvert down this dirt ditch. So basically, the problem is, how do we irrigate this 2 acres in the most efficient manner with a very limited supply amount of water? At most, they can get 5. That's very liberal. Least is 1. So the students here have to group together in their groups, come up with the best solution for a limited water system, and present that solution to the landowner. So they will have to quantify how much water this culvert will be able to yield, whether it can even hold 5. A 12-inch culvert will not carry 5 CFS anyway, so they will figure that out on their own. And I think we put 3 temporary benchmarks, 1 here and 2 more strategically placed. In case a contractor takes out 1, we have 2 more. If he takes out 2, we have 1 more. Contractors tend to take out stakes that need, so you have to put them strategically in secret places. And this is like I said, this is the field. They will come together as a group and see if they want to land level it, or they're coming up with a solution. So that's it.